find anywhere in the world. Number 14. Jelena Island, $1 million. Just off the coast of the Lesqueti Island in British Columbia, Canada, is Jelena Island, a 7-acre piece of land that's covered in cedar and fir trees, and this place can be yours for just $1 million. While it's easy to get to, this is a secluded place with only the occasional boat passing by, and instead you'll be surrounded by nature, as it's the perfect spot to watch killer whales and dolphins as they swim through the strait. The island's main beach faces south, and at low tide, the water reveals the oyster and clam beds that are ripe for harvest. There are a few structures on the island that are included in the price, such as 2 cabins, a boathouse, and a seaside deck, but further development is possible if you want. Number 13. Poveglia Island, $500,000. If you've always wanted your own private island in Venetian Lagoon in Italy, but are wary of the prices, then Poveglia Island could be the answer, albeit with a catch. In an attempt to tackle spiraling debts, the local government recently put this place up for sale for a reasonable $500,000. But the ruins that still stand on this place betray its dark past, and the reason why most won't set foot here. The 18-acre island used to be a quarantine station where a doctor supposedly conducted experiments on his patients. Beneath the ground are several mass graves, and fishermen won't sail close in case they catch bones in their nets. Still, if you could cope with living on what's called the world's most haunted island, then it can be yours for a fraction of the price of others in the area. Number 12. Gillis Island, Canada, $79,999. Prince Edward Island is one of the most idyllic spots in Canada, and just off its coast is Gillis Island, an 11-acre plot that's covered in mixed forest and can be bought for just under $80,000. It has a 200-foot-long sandy beach, and very little has been done here since the first people settled in the region in the 1700s. You can only get there by boat, and it offers stunning canoe trips along the Pignette River, while local amenities on the mainland include a championship golf course and easy access to nearby Charlottetown. Billed as the ideal place for a family campsite or a corporate retreat, it's one of the best value islands in the world. Number 11. Iguana Island, Nicaragua, $475,000. Caribbean islands are normally prohibitively expensive, but if you want your own slice of land with the Caribbean Sea lapping against its shores, then Nicaragua's Iguana Island can be yours for just $475,000. It's 12 miles off the coast of the mainland and is 5 acres in size. It's covered with coconut palms and banana trees, and this place also has accommodations that's ready to move into. The 3-bedroom and 2-bathroom house has a wraparound porch, a dining room, and a bar, as well as a boardwalk and a 28-foot-tall observation tower that lets you look over the ocean to the distant rainforests. Number 10. Bonefish Cay, Belize, $69,500. This small quarter-of-an-acre island is Bonefish Cay. It's just 1.5 miles north of San Pedro town in Belize, and is ideal if you're looking for somewhere to build a home in seclusion, or perhaps an eco-lodge. The land itself will only cost you just under $70,000, and the rest is up to your imagination. The region is renowned for its varied wildlife, and from this island you'll regularly see migratory birds flying past like heron, egret, spoonbill, and ospreys. The aquatic life, too, is a particular delight, and there's plenty here that you could live completely self-sufficient. It's ideal for eco-conscious buyers or doomsday preppers alike, and with stunning sunsets and perfect places for fly fishing and kayaking, there's enough here to keep most people entertained. Number 9. Calgin Island, Alaska, $460,000. Alaska's Calgin Island covers an area of 30,000 acres and was first used by people in 1920 as a fox farm. Now it's a popular destination for salmon fishers and is part of a critical wildlife habitat with countless different species. The island has perfect sandy beaches, a bird sanctuary, hiking trails, and so much to do. And all this is available for less than $500,000, sort of. More than 90% of the island is owned by the government, so only 5 acres are actually for sale. On it is a lodge, which is 2 miles from any other structure and is fully habitable all year round. It's perfect as a home or as a holiday spot, and with the restrictions on building elsewhere on the island, you'll never have to compete with neighbors for your privacy. Number 8. Dead Man's Cay, Belize, $199,000. This beautiful tropical island is Dead Man's Cay and is a 0.7-acre plot of land that's part of Belize's largest atoll. It's within the reef, so has calm, deep blue waters all around it that are perfect for swimming and diving in. The beaches are made from smooth white sand and the island is covered in coconut trees, making it an ideal, tranquil paradise. The atoll that it's on is becoming increasingly popular and has a number of other private residents, resorts, and research posts. It's home to the country's best fishing and marine environments, and the region is pristine, with little signs of human damage. It seems almost unbelievable that this undeveloped plot only cost $199,000, because if it's looked after properly, it could be worth a lot more than that in a few decades' time. Number 7. Wild Cane Key, $360,000. Panama's Wild Cane Key is a 3.4-acre island that's off the coast of Bastimento and offers its new owner a chance to live on their own paradise island in the Caribbean for just $360,000. There are no permanent structures on the island, so you'd probably need to design your own, but it's covered in coconut palms and mangroves and has a small inlet that allows easy access by boat in calm waters. The best way to get here, though, is by helicopter, which shouldn't be a problem considering how much you've saved on buying the island in the first place. Surrounded by crystal clear waters and coral reefs, Wild Cane Key is the perfect spot for getting close to nature and leaving the stresses of the modern world behind. Number 6. Angel's Nest, Florida, $495,000. There are very few islands in the U.S. that are still affordable, but the 4-acre Angel's Nest in Florida is one of them. Costing just under $500,000, it's located in Pine Island Sound and is the most northerly island of the McKeever Keys. Angel's Nest is wooded and offers stunning views across Pine Island Sound, and it's ideal if you enjoy fishing because it offers one of the best sites off the west coast of Florida. It's half a mile away from the nearest neighbors, so it offers plenty of privacy and isolation. There are no structures on the island after the last building was removed in the 1960s, so it's ready to be developed in any way you want. Authorities have already granted a permit for a single-family residence to be built, so whether you want it as your main home or a holiday place, it's ready to go. Number 5. Leader Island, Nova Scotia, $124,858. If you want an affordable island paradise in Canada, then there's no better than Leader Island in Nova Scotia. It's only about a quarter mile offshore from the mainland and 50 minutes travel away from Halifax International Airport. But once you're here, you'll feel perfectly secluded and relaxed. The island is just under 11 acres and is within the Jador Harbor. It has its own cove and plenty of space for development and is on the market for just under $125,000. Included in the price are 2 parking spots on the mainland near to the island and a reserved spot on the dock where you can park your boat. The region is becoming increasingly popular for tourists and has an established fishing community, and there's spectacular scenery in every direction. This island is therefore ideal for anyone looking for somewhere to set up a permanent home in a tranquil space, with plenty of stores and facilities on the mainland, or simply somewhere to visit for vacations. There are a few other private islands nearby too, and a welcoming, friendly community. With rock pools, deep waters to explore, and plenty of trees and wildlife, there's always somewhere new to explore on the island, and is the perfect private retreat. Before we move on, be sure to subscribe to Top 5s with notifications on. Number 4. Mannions Island, Ireland, $167,366. When dreaming of your own private island, Ireland might not be the first place you'd think of looking, but off its coast there are a series of small pieces of land that are perfect for carving out your own private wilderness. This is Mannions Island, which is less than 700 feet from the mainland of Dumanis Bay in West Cork. A new pier has been built just a few minutes away, and you'll only be 5 minutes walk from the nearby village called Durrus. The bay is on the south coast of Ireland, so experiences some of the best weather you get there, but is also liable to weather systems that pass across the Atlantic, so if you don't like rain, this probably isn't the place for you. One of the best features of this 4-acre island is that at least 60% of its surface is fertile land, so it can be used to grow crops or keep livestock if you wish, and it's mostly south-facing with a sheltered cove on the east side. Currently, there are no structures here, and there never have been, so there are no ruins to deal with, and you're free to develop it however you want. It's a surprise that Mannions Island is on the market for just over $167,000. Number 3. Hat Cay, Belize, $399,000. This is the gorgeous Hat Cay in Belize, and it's in such an amazing location that at a price of under $400,000, it surely won't be up for sale for too long. The 0.7-acre piece of land is within the Lighthouse Reef Atoll, which is one of only 4 atolls in the whole of the Western Hemisphere. As such, the waters around here are very calm and offer incredible opportunities for diving, snorkeling, birdwatching, and virtually any other water sport you can think of. The atoll is where you'll find 2 UN World Heritage sites that are easily accessible from Hat Cay, the Moon Cay National Park, and the mysterious Great Blue Hole, which is more than 407 feet deep and was named by Jacques Cousteau as one of the 5 best diving sites in the world. Hat Cay is just a few hundred yards away from the reef wall drop-off on the edge of the coral ring that forms the atoll and is best accessed by helicopter, with a journey from Belize City that takes around a half an hour. The Cay has a sandy beach, mangroves, and a variety of trees, and has largely been left undeveloped. There are a couple of abandoned fishermen's shacks and a long pier that can be approached by virtually any size boat that's been able to enter the atoll. As far as island paradises come, there really is no place on Earth that's as special and well-priced as this, and it comes with full permission to redevelop however you want. Number 2. Stora and Liljekarskar, Finland, $600,000. While you might dream of having one private island, how about 2 for the price of 1? That's what you can get with Stora and Liljekarskar, which are in the Pargas archipelago region of Finland. Due to their location above the Baltic Sea, though, these islands aren't going to be suited to anyone looking for a warm climate. But if colder temperatures are your thing, then they could be perfect. Pitched as being the ideal retreat for sailors or families that are looking to get away from the pressures of life, they both have rocky coastlines and are covered in blueberry and lingonberry bushes. The larger of the 2, Stora Karskar, has 2 solid wooden cottages, a storage hut, and a jetty for mooring your boat, while the smaller island Liljekarskar is completely undeveloped. By boat, they're no more than 20 minutes travel from the nearest city of Turku, and from there it's either a car or train ride to the closest international airport at Helsinki, which is about 2 hours away. The islands are currently owned by an events company that hires them out for weekends in solitude, and their current setup means that they can easily accommodate up to 8 people overnight. It's back to basics living, however, and this isn't exactly a luxurious island lifestyle, but this can be easily changed if you so wished. The current planning consent that has been granted will allow for the construction of up to 3 further cottages, and there's no limit to how much you can adapt their interiors. If you wanted a sauna or spa to help keep warm in the cold winters, then it'll be no problem as long as you install enough generators to keep the power on. The islands could therefore become a private hideaway where you won't see another soul for miles around, or could become a holistic retreat venue for visitors who themselves want to get away from it all for a while. The region is also an important migratory route for birds traveling south for the winter, and often are used as a resting spot for them on their way. The waters are full of fish, and there are plenty of places to sit back and relax while casting a line out to catch your dinner. There isn't much other wildlife here, though, so you truly don't have to share it with anything at all. There really isn't a limit to what you could turn these islands into, and with an asking price of just $600,000, the amount you'd save in comparison to other private islands would be more than enough to make whatever changes you wanted. Number 1. Krihan Island, $115,000. The 6-acre Krihan Island is an idyllic place off the coast of Northern Ireland and is only about 15 minutes drive from the nearest town and a 2-hour journey from the nearest international airport. It's covered in mature oaks, scotch pines, and beech trees, and already has a log cabin that the current owners use for storage and camping. Unusually, during the summer, the low tides in the bay drop so much that you can access the nearby island of Dernish by walking across a causeway, and both the islands have been given special status because of the various species that live here. If you're a keen bird watcher, this really is the perfect place, and with no public access, there's room for a new home where you could stay all year round. All this for just $115,000 seems too good to be true. Subscribe to Top 5s for more and check out some of our other popular videos.